Every single track around the world is different. That's part of why we love BMX so much. But there's one thing that's the same everywhere you go, and that is the gait. We asked some of the top riders in the sport what one tip they would give riders to get a better gait start would be. What is your biggest tip for a good gait start?
My biggest tip would probably just be having pressure on the front foot. I like to have pressure on the front foot so I can have that lightning fast reaction time, and then just trying to drive straight with that back and those shoulders down the hill.
A lot of people go on the gate, I guess they got a million steps, front foot pressure, lean back a little bit, whatever. I'd say just pick one and work on that one, whether it's lead with the shoulders, something like that, some cue, but just pick a cue and do that cue. Don't overcook it, don't put too many things in the equation, just kind of simple it down for sure.
If you were going to give a rider one tip to get a good gait start, what would you say? And riders, listen up, because she has a great gait start. This is a good tip to listen to.
Try to be as powerful as possible on that first crank. Really give it all you got. I think you can make a lot happen with that first crank, so I would say focus on that.
Don't think. Just don't think. Just do what you have to do. You know what you have to do. You practice a lot and then just don't change anything and just do it. I think the worst advice you can give someone for a race is to say, like, do more or do a little bit more, get earlier, that push them to do a little bit extra. That it's not necessary, because you know what, like I say, you know what you have to do, and you don't want to do more or start earlier or give more power or stuff like that. You just want to do what you know how to do.
If you had to give one important tip to get a good gait start, what would you say?
Focus on yourself.
I kind of grew up being told to do your Tuesday night gait, which is kind of a broad term, and I still go by that, is to just do your Tuesday night gait, because that's your best gait. So I would just say just do your gait. But if they're working on something specific in your gait, I would say to always go forward and lead with your head and shoulders. Yeah.
Do more gate starts. I think, yeah, that's the one. Work on your gait. I see a lot of people, they have a bad gait start, and then they do things that are just totally not even related, where it's like, if you have a bad swing in baseball, you're probably going to go to the batting cages and hit more baseballs. So probably just do what you're not good at.
If you were going to give a young athlete one tip to get a better gait start.
One tip. I'd say commitment, just the mentality of commitment when you're in the gate. So I'm not going to go with a cue or something specific, because I feel like there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle there. But
whatever you do, commit.
You got to commit. You got to commit.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I used to have a horrible gait, horrible, and I think it's gotten a lot better over the years. But I just try to focus on one thing when I'm in the gate, and
what is that one thing?
It changes. I used to just focus on like throwing my head and my shoulders forward, because I had a bad tendency of like throwing my hips forward. Recently, I've been really focusing on like pulling with that second pedal, and it's helped a lot. So yeah, that's my cue right now.
Do you like BMX?
I like BMX.
Well, so do we.
Welcome to Full Tilt Bike Co., where we're a collective of young racers working to build the largest selection of BMX race products. But we're not your typical mail-to-order store. So make sure you check out the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product spotlights, bike builds, and give out BMX racing tips and tricks.
Join the community and see what the new age of BMX product sales looks like. Bleh.
I wanna dig my hands deep down in the dirt, take a walk along the street if I'm feeling dessert. All of this couldn't be just doesn't work for me. I wanna play with fire, let me get hurt. Can we take it back to 95? Before we had this drama in our lives, just staring at the screen every day and night. I miss the rush of living in real life. Go get your DeLorean.
What a day yesterday at day number 1 of the Carolina Nationals, the 2025 Pro Series opener. We saw Seiya Sakakibara in the women's pro class pick up right where she left off at her last race. Just this little race, the Olympics, where she won a gold medal. Her first race back yesterday, crushed it. First place all day, took the win. Spoke to her after the race was done to find out if she was going to attempt the entire series and go for the USA BMX Pro title. She said, maybe, let's see how this weekend goes. Well, 1 day down, 1 to go. So far, it's not looking great for the competition. Let's see if she can win again today. Delaney Vaughn is going to be one person I'm watching in the women's class that's going to be looking for a little bit of redemption. She failed to make the main yesterday, but you know she knows how to get the job done here in Rock Hill with a bronze medal at the World Championships here 2024. Another amazing showing was from JC Moore, who got second place, her first ever pro podium. What a way to start the year. Congratulations to JC. On the ABA Futures, the first ever day of the Futures class, we saw some incredible racing. On the women's side, Alexis Alden was dominant. Just picking the outside lane in the final, cutting over, taking care of business, getting the win. She is not going to be racing today. She has prom tonight. So she's gone home for prom. What a weekend. Supercross racing on Friday, prom night on Saturday. Have a blast at prom, Alexis, and congrats on the win yesterday. But that means that somebody else has an opportunity today. Who's it going to be? It's going to be some crazy racing on the ABA Futures on the women's side. On the men's future side, local boy Chris Felker absolutely dominated. And when I spoke to him at the finish line, he told me he has one goal for this year, and that's a rainbow jersey. What are your goals long term? This Futures is designed to prepare you for the future. Where do you see yourself in 5 and 10 years?
I'm not focused too far ahead. My main goal is just that rainbow jersey.
He won in the 16 challenge class here last year. This year stepping up into that championship class, that junior elite world championships over in Denmark. He's using the ABA Futures to prepare for that. There are some other riders that are going to be looking to step it up. Lucas Zhao from Canada, he's going to be one who's going to be trying to get in the mix. I can't wait to watch some more racing. This ABA Futures class is exciting, and it's giving these riders a chance at some high-level racing practice as they work their way into the pro class. Over to the men's side, we had Cameron Wood, the Cowboy, picking up right where he left off at the Grands. It's been 4 months, but he went 1-1-1 and crushed the Grands. Started the season off yesterday with a perfect day, undefeated, wins all day, and a win in the main. Best possible way to start your title defense. Eddie Clarete was fast all day long, and he was about to take the whole shot in the final before Cam Wood shows that he knows how to get around this Rock Hill track and slid up that inside line. I look for Isaac Kennedy, who ended up over the first turn in the final yesterday, as well as some other riders like Joris, to bounce back today and to try to improve their result from today. These are two people that expect to be up for the championship at the end of the season, and how they rode yesterday is not going to get that done. Ryan Tugis is another rider I have my eye on. He was fast in motos, got stuck outside in the semifinal. He's looking to hold it down for all the Canadian fans that are supporting him. On the Vet Pro side of things, Jeff Upshaw took a huge win to start the season. Rock Hill hasn't always been the best track for Barry Nobles, and it has been a great track for Jeff Upshaw. So when it comes to points and getting wins in as they stack points towards the season championship, Jeff had to get the job done here at Rock Hill yesterday. 1 day down, he had it done. Starting the season off with a big win. How does it feel to start it off on the right foot like that?
It feels good, man. You know, I kind of ended 2024 not the way I wanted, so it's good to see the Hungers here already.
Can Barry step up? Can Barry get in there and block him, take a win away, and stop Jeff from stacking 2 wins to start the season? Nick Long, he's another guy I'm going to be looking for today. He failed to advance to the final. He's clipped in now. He's trying to step it up a little bit and get into this title mix. Let's see if he can get into the final today. We're in for some great racing. You've got winners that are going to be trying to back it up. You've got riders who didn't have the day they wanted on day number 1 trying to back it up and turn it around and step up for day number 2. It's going to be some exciting racing. Make sure you're tuned in right here on Flow Bikes. We are here on track during warm-up for day number 2. Now, warm-up on day number 2 is a little bit different than warm-up on Friday or warm-up on day number 1. The riders have a day of racing under their belt on this track. Nobody's trying to figure out what's going on or what they're going to do. There's 2 objectives of warm-up on day number 2. Number 1, get the body, get the muscles ready to go so you're fired up for round number 1. And number 2, if you had anything that didn't go well yesterday, maybe you were missing your start a little bit, maybe you were struggling on the 3rd straight, you might do a little bit of extra practice on that to dial it in. But one other thing that you really have to be careful of on day number 2 is you don't overdo practice, because day number 2 is when your fitness comes into things. If you make the main day 1 and day 2, that's 10 full laps on the weekend, with the most important one being the very last one. So you don't want to overdo practice too much. So somebody like Cam Larson, who's over here riding around somewhere, he's warming up. He knows this track. He's just getting fired up, getting his body ready to go for today.
USA BMX, where everyone rides.
We're here with Zach Van Kamen. Big podium yesterday. You told me just now that was the biggest podium of your career. How'd it feel?
Felt great, man. Just felt good to pop one off in the main, and I mean the semi got 4th, and I was just happy to be in the main, and then to pop one off from 7 was good. Felt good.
Now, not much time to enjoy it. We're back here 12 hours later, day number 2. Do you feel a little bit more pressure or less pressure having already got a score on the board this weekend?
Less pressure for sure. Just feels like weights lifted off your shoulders and you're more relaxed. Yesterday I woke up nervous as can be. I hadn't raced in 6 months. I tore my calf 6 months ago, so then this was the first race back, and was nervous for that. So this race today feels more relaxed and chill, more slower instead of fast.
Well, relaxed Van Kamen is going to be a fast one. Good luck today.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
We're here with Jordan Callum. Jordan, you were flying yesterday. The motos I saw, you were crushing it, but you just told me 8 points with the 1. You were right on the wrong side of the cut. How did you feel about your performance? Maybe not the result. How did you feel you rode?
I mean, I felt really good. I started the day off like a little slow, but I mean, any other day, if we had quarters and it wasn't such a brutal cut, like I felt like I would have been good, and like a 4.31 trending right into quarters would have been good, but obviously I was like second cutoff. Corbin was a cutoff with a 7, so I mean it's pretty brutal when you got 43 riders cutting to 16, but it makes it sweeter when it comes together.
What are you going to change with your strategy today to try to get under that cut line?
Mainly focusing on my gait. I was struggling with that a little bit yesterday, and it was getting better towards the end of it, but obviously just got cut short. So trying to get fired up a little earlier today so I can come out swinging in Moto 1.
When I was watching your warm-up just now and I saw you attacking the absolute heck out of that second straightaway, you landed on that second double on the gas. I think you got 4 cranks in between that second and third double on the second straightaway. You know, I can really tell that you're putting a little bit more effort into this practice. We wish you the best of luck today.
Thank you.
We're here with Molly Simpson. Molly, it's a beautiful day. It's sunny. It's nice outside. What's it like back home in Canada right now?
Ooh, probably freezing cold, minus 11 degrees. I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold.
So you took a different approach from everybody else. You went and did a race last weekend in France. Yeah. How was that?
Yeah, that was good. I kind of, got the first race vibes out of the way, the nerves out of the way, and it was a good experience over there and kind of made me feel a little bit looser for this weekend and just more focused.
So I saw you did some motos that were great yesterday, but it didn't end the way that you wanted it to end. What are you going to switch up today to try to fix that?
Yeah, I think yesterday maybe I was kind of overthinking it a little bit, and today we're going to keep it a little bit more simple and just ride my own race and take it one lap at a time, and yeah, just really focus on the simple details and just have fun out there.
Simple details, having fun. What's the goal?
Well, the goal is to do a better result than yesterday, so yeah.
Good luck today.
Thank you.
We're here with Nick Long. Nick, you're clipped in. You're ready to compete this year, but yesterday didn't go quite as planned. What are you going to switch up today to try to get in that main event?
Besides gear and cranks?
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit. I mean, just being on time. It don't matter if I got clips or flat pedals on. If you're late on the gate, you're not qualifying typically. So, yeah, I had a long pause, a little bit late, and they're relentless out there. So when the door closes, I had nowhere to go besides mowing the grass. So I don't know, maybe a little different strategy. But, yeah, just coming out on time would be the goal. So that's the goal for today.
So you said you changed gear and cranks. Did we go up or down?
I went back to what I always win. I thought I could, beat the system and put something new on for yesterday or this track. I was kind of worried about this turn being a little flat and catching my pedal on the ground, which I typically have a tendency to do. So I put shorter cranks on, different gear, and I just felt it a little bit down the hill. So I went back to 44 with 175s, and it's time and tested. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm sure you cut me off plenty of times on that 44 175 setup. But looking over to the women's pro and the men's pro class, who impressed you yesterday?
I mean, women's pro, Sayas looks untouchable out there. It's awesome to see her over here and putting a bid in for the title. So, I mean, she's going to be hard to beat out there. The girls got to step it up if they want to keep up with her. She was half the last straight ahead. As far as the men, Josh Jolly really impressed me out there. And, he's always a good rider, but it was cool to see him really step up and, put his name in the hat for being in the first straight and making moves around the track. But the Cowboy, he's one of my favorites. Cam Larson also. Joris is, probably the GOAT out there. So I enjoy seeing all those guys do well. But, yeah, Josh Jolly was probably the standout for me yesterday.
All right, well, wish you best of luck today. Let's get that 44-16 175s in the main event.
All right, thanks, Connor.
This is not your race kit. You're wearing something different today. What's going on?
A little different. This year priorities changed a little bit, Race yesterday felt really good, but I just want to get back to the content and stuff. Everybody likes seeing the stuff going on, so do racing day one, and then day two might be a little more behind the scenes with the chase team, and just kind of show a different perspective than what I normally show through my content. And it gives me a day to just kind of recover and not be quite as sore when I go home at the end of the weekend.
How do you feel your performance was yesterday?
It was good. With the prep leading into it, my performance was actually better than expected. I mean, it takes a long time to actually lose it. So I felt really good out there. It was more just stamina and just aches and pains. And I can't ignore the fact that I'm getting older. And it shows when, at the end of the day, when I got some swelling and aches and pains here and there, but not complaining at all. I was actually very happy to wake up this morning a little sore and not have to warm up and go get on the gate again. So, no, I'm super happy with the outcome yesterday, and still get on the podium, and now to be out here to be a fan of BMX, nothing beats it.
Speaking of being a fan, you got to be a fan of your little girl in the Strider class yesterday. How cool of a moment was that for you?
You know, I mean, she's been racing Strider for a little bit, but something has just recently clicked where she's kind of getting that competitiveness to her, and she got second place yesterday and just full of tears, you know, and as much as I hate seeing her in tears, my BMX dad was a little excited, like she's got that competitive edge to her. She's got the fight. She wants to win. So, you know, she's always been kind of my retirement plan, I'll say. Hopefully she leads into racing, and if this is the beginning of a new chapter, then the path is going exactly where I wanted to go.
That's amazing. I can really see how much you care and how much you love watching her when we're sitting here having this conversation. Before I let you go, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's winning today? Men, woman, vet?
I don't know. I mean,
no waffling.
Yeah, you're right. We'll start with Michael. I mean, Jeff's been coming in with fire. I think Jeff's got this one's a good double weekend for him. Jeff always excels at Rock Hill, so I'm going to call Jeff for the win and vet today. Girls, Saya's hard to ignore. I mean, especially after that performance last night. It sounds way too basic, but I'm going to go with just everybody's going to be doubling down today. I can't really see anyone pushing Cam out of the way. Eddie was looking awesome out there, but Cam Wood knows all the secret lines out here at Rock Hill. He's put in a lot of time, and he's just coming off winning a title, so he's got more confidence than anyone out there. So I'm going to go at all three classes. These guys are going to be doubling down this weekend.
You heard it here first. Barry's calling for doubles. Practice has wound down here. The riders are warmed up, ready to go. Gates are being picked. Round number 1 is underway here in about 5 minutes. Day number 2, Carolina Nationals. It's going to be a barn burner. Looking forward to seeing who comes out on top today.
Right now, Carolina National, day number 2. Little bit of wind factor going on for this first go-around. It's always a factor out here at Rock Hill, but welcome to the program as we are getting into the pro racing right now, Rock Hill, South Carolina. On your 916 bike out of Rockland, California, Jet Racing, Jake Peebles. On your number 32 bike out of Folsom, California, Damon Smith. On your 25 bike out of Jalisco, Mexico, for Prophecy America, Christopher Morales. On your 755 bike out of Orlando, Florida, for Prophecy Bikes, Leandro Da Silva. And on your number 11 bike out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, for Matt Cycles Racing, KJ Romero. Little bit of a headwind right now on the first straightaways. They'll take this one down that first straight. Gotta be Morales. Gonna kick it off and send it out of the first turn down the second straightaway. Peebles looking for a 2 spot. Romero, where you at, Rock Hill? Hitting it up on the 3 as they head down the 2 straightaway. He hit it out of the second turn. We go, bringing it back down that third straight. Gotta hit the marks nice and smooth right now. Romero knows the secret lines around this place as he heads it out last turn. Uh-oh, there you go. Finds the 2 spot back to the line. It's all Morales back to the stripe. Romero will hit the 2. Peebles for the 3. De Silva for the 4. Yeah, 17 riders stacked and racked, ready to go for the Vet Pros. The second rack on deck. On your world number 8 bike, out of Murrieta, California, by way of Ecuador for Factory Bombshell, Emilio Faya. On your 500 bike, out of Brazil for the Alto Wrecking Crew and Stay Strong, Renato Rezende. On your 968 bike, out of Springboro, Ohio, Josh Smith. On your 937 bike, out of Nampa, Idaho for 09, Big Jeff Upshaw. On your 369 bike, out of Owasso, Oklahoma, Cycle Therapy Racing, Alan Hudson. And on your 214 bike, out of Fayetteville, North Carolina for Richmond Racing, the Barbarian, Robert Farian. Locked, loaded, ready for action. Who's got the juice? Who's got the horsepower to get things going on downtown? Pretty good pop with Hudson into turn number 1. But looks like Big Jeff Upshaw going to throw the elbow out on that one. Out of the first turn, down the second straightaway. Hudson on the 2 spot. Faya back on that 3. Rezende in and out of the second turn, 3 straightaway. Siu hits the marks on that 3 straight, keeping things nice and smooth, but it's all Big Jeff Upshaw. Took the top honors yesterday in round number 1, as we are in round 2 now, down the last straightaway. With the second group coming back through, Faya, Hudson, Rezende coming on in. Third rack, locked, loaded, ready for action on your 641 bike out of Sarasota, Florida, by way of France for the Factory Carbone Cartel, Damian Lacombe. On your number 16 bike out of Clearwater, Florida for Corso Racewear, Tyler Smith. On your 46 bike out of Marietta, Georgia for Real Siding, Punishers MC, the Knack King, Tiago Diaz. On your 77 bike out of Clarksville, Tennessee for Fly Box and DB Racing, Curtis Stamp. On your world number 6 bike out of Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio for Pac BMX National Team and Standard Bicycles, Brandon Roherick. And on your 64 bike out of Claremore, Oklahoma, by way of Anytown, USA for Huffy and Stay Strong, the captain, Nick Long. All right, let's see who's got the horsepower down that first straightaway. Big shot from the captain. I think Dad's tips worked out on that one as he heads out of the first turn down the second straight. Got to be Smith on that 2. Steele is real on the standard ride. Roherick picking it up on that 3, but here comes the long, tall Frenchman coming down that third straightaway. Let's see if he can ramp things up into the boys coming down the 3 straight into that last turn. Still got Nick Long out front. The captain coming back through on the Huffy bike. The team captain for Huffy these days coming back to the stripe. We're going to go with Smith. Roherick on the 2-3. Back to the line. Lacombe going to get the 4. Let's take it up to the big hill with the new class, second day, round 2 for the ABA Futures Women. On your 923 bike out of Sarasota, Florida, by way of Columbia, Natalia Alvarez. On your number 7 bike out of Canada, Ariel Lacoste. On your 82 bike out of Quebec, Canada, Mean Hebert. On your number 2 bike out of Midlothian, Texas, Factory Hyper, Lily Ashley. On your 912 bike out of Quebec, Canada, Alexa Valancourt. On your 885 bike out of Quebec, Canada, Mercedes Sengua. And on your number 24 bike out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Gisela Alvarado. Let things going on down the first straightaway. Let's see what's going on. Alvarado got a pretty good shot into turn number 1. Ashley going to slip into that 2 spot as they head down the second straightaway. ABA Futures Women going on right now as we head into that second turn. Down the 3 straightaway. Still keeping things locked up on the top spot. Alvarez coming down the 3rd straightaway. She's got it locked in with Ashley on that 2 spot. The Canadian trying to find a way to that 3, looking for a low point. It's all international, and the way back home, last straight we're going to go. Alvarez running the show back to the stripe. Going to go Ashley for the 2, 24.885 bike. Alvarado will get a 3. Tengua going to get the 4. More ABA Futures Women on deck right now. Daisy Kettle, Darren Merton, Soraya Chandé, Federique Messier, Chloe Bernard, and Riley Jordan locked up on the deck, ready to go. Second rack, ABA Futures ladies. Merton with a big pop on this one, driving this one down that first straightaway into the Senate first turn. She'll head into turn number down the second straightaway. Got to be Riley Jordan. Jordan picking it up on that 2 spot. Merton, Jordan, 1-2, keeping things locked in, going down the second straightaway. Chandé, Bernard, Messier, Kettle in and out of that second turn down the 3 straight. Nag 12 going to be Kettle out of Alberta, Canada, coming down that 3 straight. Little single file racing on with the ladies right now as they head for home, but it's all Merton out front. She'll run the show back down the last straightaway. Got to be Jordan. Jordan picking it up on the 2, back to the line. Kettle for the 3, the 2 bike. Chandé going to get the 4. More ABA Futures ladies on deck. 3rd rack, stacked and ready to go. Seonia Godoy, Naomi Glomidi, Thessalia Brunet, Justine Bedoin, Avery Jones, and Lorraine Belland. Another one headed down the first straightaway. Jones got a pretty good shot with this one. She had a good run yesterday, made that main event as she heads in and out of the Senate turn down the 2 straightaway. Team Quebec sitting on that 2 spot. Got to be Belland. Belland trying to hang on to that 2. We got a lot of Canadians in the mix right now as we come in and out of the second turn. But it's all Jones on the front line run as she comes down the 3rd straightaway. Brene picking it up on that 3 spot as we head forward into that Stasic Pro Max turn. Last straight coming back through. It's all Jones on the top spot as she keeps things locked in down the last straight. Going to go Belland for the 2, the 5:22.811 by Brene and Bedoin. Going to round out those top 4 spots. Trying to keep the points low. Another rack with the ladies on deck, ready to go. Presley Gould, Katie Cyrus, Kate Sifford, Addison Thompson, Victoria Doobie, and Kennedy Neeland. Where you at? Oh, Canada! Team Quebec downtown, going to try to get things fired off. Oh, Presley Gould going to come around the outside and kick things into high gear down that second straightaway. Trying to make it happen right now as we head for it. Neelan, Ameriprise colors, trying to get in the mix into that second turn, but it's all Sifford on that 3 spot as she goes down the 3rd straightaway. Cyrus trying to crank things up along the way, see if she can put it together, but it's all Gould on the front line run. Presley coming back down that last straightaway. She's got this one locked in. Doobie picking it up on the 2 spot. Back to the line. Sifford to get the 3. And Neelan for the 4. All right, time for the ABA Futures men. Pay attention to the flags today, folks. Wind is definitely a factor. These guys are going to make some micro adjustments all day long. They got a little bit of a headwind, but they got to send it over the second straight berm jump. Evan Kapanen, Nikolai Martinez, Rafael Nicola, Andrew Bryson, Brandon Morrison, Matthew Wirtz, and Nick Cowie, locked, loaded, ready to go. All right, here we go. Albie Sendit factory ride down that first straightaway. Got to be Big Matty Wirtz. Wirtz going to get things fired off into the Sendit turn. Here we go. Oh, boy. Lost his way right there as they go down the second straightaway. Wirtz keeps it locked in as he heads into turn number 2. Three of them make it over the big jump right there. A couple of them had to pull the plug. As I said, the wind is a factor today. Kapanen on that 2 spot as he drives down the third straightaway. Morrison picking it up on the 3. Down the line we go. Getting a little loose on that 4 or 5 spot as we come back at us, but Wirtz owns the show as he comes on back to the line. Kapanen will get the 268 bike. Morrison will grab that 3. Here's a 29 bike. Bryson will pick up the 4. Another one on deck, ready to go. ABA Futures men, 37 riders today. Tyler Wagner, Juan Cobos, Dallin Brereton Styles, Ryder Santos, Dawson McDonald, William Provost, and Chad Bedoin. Nice drive down the first straightaway. The Rockstar Rift Tangent boys trying to take this one into turn number 1. Santos going to get a little jammed up right there as we head down the second straight. Who's got the top spot going on? Santos trying to get things locked in. There they go. Team Quebec picking it up on the 2-3 as they head forward in and out of the second turn. It's all your 916 of Santos. Rockstar Rift Tangent coming down that third straightaway. Still locking in on that 2 spot. Provost trying to make it happen on the way back through. But Santos going to get it wrapped up wire to wire as he comes down the last straight. Keeping this one back to the line. Bedoin on the 2, back to the stripe we go. Wagner gets that 3 spot with the 816. Provost, with the flat tire, but makes the full lap. More ABA Futures men on deck. Lucas Zhao, Christopher Carriasso, Christophe Vallier, Andrew Calling, Jackson Ross, Juan Duran, and the winner from yesterday, Chris Felker, locked, loaded, ready to go. Little bit of wind gust going on, but Felker's a local around here, and he knows how to get it done. Got to be Zal heading into that first turn. Slides in for the 2 spot as they drive this one out of turn number 1 down the second straightaway. Felker keeping it smooth now, hitting the marks as we head over. One pulled the plug right there. Got to be Ross. Ross getting in the game. He makes a little bar adjustment, though, going back through it. Still Felker. Zal on the 1-2 as they drive down the 3 straightaway. Kerry also getting in the mix now. He's looking for a 3 spot, looking for a low point. Felker, the world champion last year at the Worlds here, makes it happen coming back to the line. He'll pick it up. Felker, Zalgo 1-2 back to the stripe. How about Kerry also get the 3 in the 847 bike? Duran get a 4. More ABA Futures men on deck, ready to go. Alex Remy, Zach Kaiser, Griffin Kelleher, Jacob Kaiser, Marshall Gerke, Dane Kurluk, Ryan Chabrinsky, and Alex Lacasse. Oh, Canada taking this one. Chabrinsky on the top spot. You know he's got 110%. He's going full speed down the 2 straightaway. Got to be one of the Kaiser boys hitting on that 2 spot. Team Quebec goes a little long on it, but hangs on to it as he heads into that second turn. Down the 3rd straightaway. The major Marshall Gerke. Gerke sliding into that 3 spot. Making a run for it. Kelleher coming down that 3 straight into that last turn. Gerke slides in for it. Back to the line. Still got Chabrinsky on the top spot. He'll get it wrapped up right there. Going to go Kaiser for the 2. Gerke for the 3. Another one locked in, ready to go. More ABA Futures men. I believe this is the last rack of the boys right here. Escher Charte, Charlie Thurbridge, Ryder Cormier, Grammy Campbell, Deegan Brown, Gage Gobelicki, Tyler Gavin, and Jack Searney up on the big hill. Got to be the NorCal boys taking this one down the first straightaway. Go Maliki, downtown Deegan Brown, got to get it going on 1-2. The Supercross boys down that second straight, trying to lock in their sights on the prize right now as they head forward into turn number 2. Cormier slips in for that 3 spot. Out of the Supercross turn they come down the third straightaway. Supercross boys go 1-2. Brown's got a little pull down that third straight. Go Maliki playing it safe right now. He says, all right, we can go with the 1-2. We'll go side by side as we head back home. Downtown, Deegan Brown brings it back to the line. He'll go Brown, go Maliki, 1-2. How about
Expert
Cormier for the 3,
means
Cerny
expert
for the 4.
second
as we
round
come
starting
on
the
back
stage,
down to
guys.
us. All right, the elite women up on the big hill, ready to go on your 360 bike. Coming out of China for Holeshot BMX, Hazel Wang on your 42 bike. Out of Antelope, California, Rockstar Rift Tangent, Brianna Winter. On your number 10 bike, out of La Mirada, California, Rockstar Rift Tangent, Ava Corley. On your 227 bike, out of Lansing, Michigan, Alita Beeman. On your 33 bike, out of Fort White, Florida, Send It, Fly Racing, Mackenzie Gayhart. On your 66 bike, out of New South Wales, Australia, No Logo, Revolution Factory Team, Sia Powell. And on your 65 bike, out of Colombia, Mariatona Urigo. Big shot out of Corley down the first straightaway, but it looks like it's Aussie. Sienna Powell. She'll take it out of the first turn. Australian national champion getting things going on down the second straight. Corley on that 2 spot. Got to be Beeman picking it up on the 3. Here we go, ramping things up down that third straightaway. Gayhart's on the move right now, coming through traffic. She's doing a little shopping in the last turn. Finds her way to that 3 spot. Winner going to try to find the open door, but it's all Powell. Go wire to wire. She'll bring it back through. Corley picks it up for the 2. Gayhart, Beeman, Winner. More ladies on deck, ready to get down to it on your 31 bike out of Tucson, Arizona for BioLab. DK Bicycles, Delaney Vaughn. On your world number 6 bike out of Guilford, Indiana for Huffy Bikes, Carly Kane. On your 44 bike out of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada for Daylight Cycles, Molly Simpson. On your 641 bike out of Orlando, Florida, Mariah Alfaro. On your 119 bike out of Nanaimo, British Columbia, Canada for Danger Boy, Kiera Murphy. And on your 77 bike out of New South Wales, Australia for Red Bull Energy and Scores Timing, Saya Sakakibara. Second rack of the ladies, Sakaki Bar on the outside. Oh, Molly Simpson going to get on the gas big time downtown. Sends it in the first turn down the second straightaway. Vaughn picks it up for that 2 spot. Here we go down the second straightaway. Sakaki Bar going to get through the little traffic, trying to find a low point on the way back in and out of that second turn. Here comes Carly Kane down the 3 straightaway. Nobody's touching Molly Simpson out front, though. Daylight Cycles. She'll drive this one in and out of that last turn and keep things going on, bring it back through. It's all Daylight, wire to wire. Sakaki Bar slides in for that 2. Back to the line. I'm going to go to Lady Vaughn, Carly Kane, and Kiera Murphy. Brianna Winter, make sure you go hit the timing station. Brianna Winter, go hit the timing station. More ladies on deck, ready to go. Out of Surprise, Arizona on your 56 bike. Supercross BMX, Lexus Colby. On your 24 bike out of Port Orchard, Washington, for Chase Fly, the BMXRacingGroupStore.com, JC Moore. On your 913 bike out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Manuela Munoz. On your 15 bike out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, a little factory me going on, the Peanut, Peyton Ridenauer. On your 95 bike out of La Habra, California, 316 training, Chase BMX, Keely Shea. And on your 335 bike out of Phoenix, Arizona, Remix BMX, Rachel Mydock. Colby got a pretty good pop on this one. Right now we're on the inside. Outside, looks like it's JC Moore into turn number 1. Made her first podium yesterday in the elite women's class, and she's going down the 2 straightaway. But it's all Colby out front, running in and out. Shea coming in hot in that second turn down the 3 straightaway. She's getting a little piece of the action, looking for a low point. Got a little loose down that 3rd straightaway, but it's all Colby on the top spot. Colby right now are still 1 and 2 as they head for it down the last straightaway. Colby will get it done back to the line right now for that 2 spot. Shea and Moore rounding out your top 4. All right, here we go with the big boys right now. On your 456 bike out of South Park, Pennsylvania for Landstar Racing, AHN, Amy, and SCR, Cameron Bramer. On your 815 bike out of Biganos, France for 09 Factory, Eddie Clarity. On your 234 bike out of Venezuela, J. Holman Severa. On your 51 bike out of Avon, Indiana, Factory Sid LSG, Drew Polk. On your 74 bike out of Plainfield, Indiana, by way of Australia for Mongoose Bicycles, Jordan Callum. On your 27 bike out of Mayaca City, Florida for Hyperbike, Acre Brand, and Snafu, Jeremy Smith. And on your number 12 bike out of Phoenix, Arizona for Mongoose Bicycles, your current USA BMX number 1 pro, the Cowboy, Cameron Wood. Who's got the juice and the horsepower? Oh, Eddie C. down that first straightaway. The Frenchman looking fast out front. Got to be Wood picking it up on that 2 spot. Jay Smooth and Polk a little side by side as they head down that second straightaway. Smith keeps a smooth line going on, but here comes Bramer. Oh, got a little loose. Polk coming down the 3 straightaway. They go. Callum capitalizes on that as we head forward down the line. Heading down to that last straight. We're going to go. Coming back at us. Eddie C. gets the job done on this one. Back to the stripe. We're going to go. Wood will pick it up on the 2. Callum for the 3. Bramer for the 4. Another one on deck, ready to go on your 548 bike. The man from Japan, Rinosuke Kishi. On your 248 bike out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. 316 training, Carbone Cartel, Trenton Moore. On your 272 bike out of Ontario, Canada for Bento and Team FST, Kaylin McNeil. On your 883 bike out of Victoria, Australia for Time BMX, Box BMX, Rookie Pro, Jumpin' Josh Jolly. On your 98 bike out of St. Francis, Minnesota, Oak Training, Taylor Riedemann. On your number 6 bike out of Auckland, New Zealand, Speedco Bicycles, Rico Bierman. And on your number 11 bike out of Corona, California, by way of France for Chase, the BMXRacingGroupStore.com, Flying Tioga. Your 6-time USA BMX number 1, 3-time world champion, and Olympic gold medalist, Joris Dottie. Taking the boys down the first straightaway. Oh, on the outside. Got to be the Kiwi out front. Bierman going to fire this one off down the second straightaway. Got to be the Olympic gold medalist on that 2 spot as they head forward in and out of turn number 2. Driving back around. Down the 3 straight we go. Bierman, Dot A, 1-2 down that 3rd straight. Jolly, the rookie pro, trying to make the statement again today. Little peek over the shoulder right there. Got to be Riedemann picking it up on the 4, but Bierman going to go wire to wire down the line. He'll go back through. Dade, Jolly, and Riedemann, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Another one on deck, lock loaded, ready for action out of Medellin, Colombia. On your 70 bike, Mateo Carmona. On your 13 bike out of Houston, Texas for Synod, ESF, and Waltech Engineering, Ray Lakeford. On your number 17 bike out of Mayaka City, Florida, by way of Japan, Ryo Shimada. On your 61 bike out of Alberta, Calgary, Canada, Dylan Trimmel. On your 489 bike out of Punta Gorda, Florida, factory answer, PJ O'Brien. On your 85 bike out of Largo, Florida, by way of Australia, factory S squared, Speedy Jack Davis. And on your 15 bike out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, for Answer BMX, Cameron Larson. Carmona's got a pretty good pop on this one. Going to drive it down the first straight. Well, I see the long hair. Oh, no! 6-car pile up downtown. Oh, make some noise. Where are you guys at? Carmona! He'll come in and out of the second turn down the 3 straightaway. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Everybody's getting back up. Make some noise, folks, as we come back through. In and out of the last straightaway. It's all Carmona out front. He's going to keep this one wrapped up. Bugsy Shimada. Shimada on the 2 spot. He says, I'll take the low point. Lives to tell about it. Getting back in the game right there. The long hair Langford. He's got company coming, though. Larson, O'Brien going to pass him up right there. Oh, coming back at us. Langford still trying to hang on for a low point. Back to the stripe. Larson, O'Brien, Langford. They got the replay going on right there. Let's see what goes on with this one, man. I'll tell you what. Going to be a good one. Let's check out the replay for the folks at home. Looks like it was Langford went in a little hot, washed out the front wheel on the low side, and boy, that was it. Like dominoes, they all went down. Another angle right there from the inside. Yeah, it was all Langford on his lonesome. Nobody bumped him. He just came in a little hot. Lost traction on that front wheel. Everybody goes down, but they all live to tell about it. And Carmona skates through with Bugsy Shimada. Gets through that one, and they find a couple of low points along the way. Some good stuff right there. All right, we're back up on the big hill right now. Oh, boy, for you folks at home, it's getting exciting out here. On your 528 bike out of Palm Harbor, Florida, by way of Australia, Inspire Bicycles, Noah Elton. On your 424 bike out of New Smyrna Beach, Florida, for Claiborne Answer Factory, Tyler Henry. On your 676 bike out of Pennsylvania for Factory Black Crown BMX, Rookie Pro, Gavin Stazetsky. On your 194 bike out of Ordsmar, Florida, by way of Argentina for Rockstar Rift Tangent, Fatty Villegas. On your 463 bike out of Lake Elsinore, California for Daylight Cycles, Hero Bike Parts, made the podium yesterday. I like to call him Big Z, Zach Van Kamen. On your 394 bike out of Ecuador for Alcavi, Benko, Pinchilla, Crispin, Vox, Pedro, Benalcazar. On your 34 bike out of Sterling, Virginia for Rockstar Rift Tangent, Cutter Williams. And on your 136 bike out of Mexico for Prophecy America, Ignacio Catana. Big shot on the outside. Big Z made the podium yesterday. He wants to drive this one down that first straightaway. Looking for that 2 spot. Cuddy Williams trying to get in the mix right now. Villegas off the pace, but he's making some moves down the 2 straightaway. Slides into a 4. 4 of them got to pull the plug and get things ramped up as they go down that 3rd straightaway. But it's all Daylight Cycles, Hero Bike Parts, Big Z, Van Kamen running the show into the last straightaway. Cuddy Williams picking it up on that 2 spot. Back down the line. Looks like it's Benalcazar going to get that 3. Villegas for the 4. as they drive it on back through. Smells like burnt rubber around here right now, man. Everybody had to pull the plug on that second straightaway. Another one up on top of the big hill. On your 24 bike out of Tucson, Arizona for Biolab. Send it, Corbin Sherrod. On your 106 bike out of Quebec, Canada for Danger Boy, Stelpro. Thomas Jodoin. On your 222 bike out of Palm Harbor, Florida for JNR Bicycles, Speedco. Spencer Cole. On your 158 bike out of British Columbia, Canada for Chase Fly CF11 ODI, Ryan Tugas. On your 419 bike out of Grand Junction, Colorado, First Gear Fast, Max Austin. On your 179 bike out of Bern, Switzerland for Speedco Avian and IRC, Simon Marquardt. On your number 10 bike out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia for Chase, the BMX Racing Group Store.com, Fly Tioga, and Lux BMX, Isaac Kennedy. And on your 100 bike out of Lyon, France for Rockstar Rift Tangent, your Olympic bronze medalist, Romain Mayhew. Last rack of the big boys headed down that first straightaway, looking low. Isaac getting a little loose, came uncorked out of the first turn. They're going to go down that second straightaway. Got to be Marquardt on the top spot. Charging hard into turn number 2. Kennedy's on the move, though, going in and out of that second turn down the third. He makes a move right there, slides in the mix. Kennedy, Mayhew on the 2-3 down the third straightaway. Everybody's charging for home now on the way back around. It's all Marquardt on that top spot. Kennedy wants to get that low point. He's got the pole going to the line. Marquardt, Kennedy, Mayhew, 1, 2, 3. Chadoin going to get the 4.
USA BMX, where everyone rides.
I wanna dig my hands deep down in the dirt. Take a walk along the street if I'm feeling dessert. All of this convenience just doesn't work for me. I wanna play with fire, let me get hurt. Can we take it back to 95? Before we had this drama in our lives. Staring at the screen every day and night. I miss the rush of living in real life. Go get your DeLorean.
Second go around of the pro action with the vet pros on deck. Ferry and Peebles, Diaz, Vaya, and Roherick loading in the gate right now, getting ready to go. Vet pro action, round 2. Big snap out of Faya. Going to try to drive this one down that first straightaway. See if we can get a little hole shot going on. Steele is Rio Raharic on the standard bike ride. Coming out of the first turn down the second straight. He's on that 2 spot. Got to be Peebles on the 3 as they headed down the second turn, third straightaway. Faya out front, running the show, though. He's coming down that 3 straightaway, keeping it all international. Out of Ecuador on the way back through. He's going to roll this one back at us. World number 8 plate, world number 6 plate. Roherick will get the 2 back in the line. Peebles for that 3 as they come in. Farian going to get the 4. Another one on deck with the Vet Pros. 17 riders in the group today. Second rack on deck. Long, Smith, Da Silva, Smith, Morales, Resende. Long got a pretty good pop on this one. Resende Morales on the outside, trying to drive it downtown. Gray Smooth looking for Smith. Smith sliding into that 4th spot as they head down the second straightaway. Again, a tight group, 3 wide as they come into turn 2 on the back of the pack. Butts all the captain, Nick Long. Huffy Bicycles coming down that 3rd straightaway. Resende Morales trying to ramp things up into that last turn, but the cap, he's going to get it done on this one. Coming out of the last straightaway. He's got the pull to make it happen. Resende's on the move back to the line. Resende, Long go 1-2. Morales on the 3. Tyler Smith going to get the 4. Last rack of the Vet Pros on deck. Upshaw, Smith, Hudson, Lacombe, Romero, and Stamp. Yeah, here we go again. Got this one headed down that first straightaway. Big Jeff Upshaw, Alan Hudson, KJ Romero, and it's turn number 1. D. Smith going to get that 4 spot trying to lock in. But here comes the long, tall Frenchman. Lacombe trying to drive it in turn number 2. Romero knows the secret line into that second turn. Hudson says, all right, I'm going to have to chase you down the 3 straightaway. Nobody's touching Upshaw into the last straight, coming back around. It's Big Jeff Upshaw on the top spot. He's got this one locked in, going down the last straightaway. Romero heads back for us for the 2. Going to go Hudson for the 3, Lacombe for the 4. Looks like the hot lap going down with that one. If you guys are keeping up with the scores, timers at home, 30 seconds for Renato Resende. Gets the fast lap for the Vet Pros right there, but we've got the ABA Futures ladies on deck. Sifford, Alvarez, Gould, Bedoin, Cyrus, Thompson, Bernard. Nice drive down the first straightaway, inside line going on. Alvarez looking for a big shot down into turn number 1. Sifford sliding on that 2 spot. We got Cyrus back on the 3. Gould's going to have to gain some ground. Factory answer in and out of that second turn, 3rd straightaway, but it's all that 923 bike. Alvarez on the top spot, running the show down the 3 straightaway. She's got control of this one going to that last turn. Cyrus trying to show a wheel in the last straightaway. Can't quite seal the deal, but still Alvarez on the top spot. She'll keep things going on down the last straightaway. Looking for it. Sifford will pick up the 2. Cyrus for the 3. Gould for the 4. More ABA Futures ladies on deck. Bellin, Merton, Alvarado, Messier, Lacasse, and Doobie locked in, ready to go. Round 2. Merton with a big pop on this one down that first straightaway. She's got a good drive. Racing Factory Colors, Team Quebec on the 2 as we head in out of the second, down the second straightaway. Doobie, Lacoste, Messier trying to find a way into that second turn. Belland on the charge for it, in and out of turn number 2 on that 3. Down the 3rd straightaway, Doobie picking it up on that 2 spot. Ladies keeping things moving on, but it's all Merton on the front line run out of Tempe, Arizona. She'll get this one wrapped up as we got Doobie on that 2 spot out of St. Jean, Quebec, back to the line. She'll pick it up for the 2 with the 1 bike. How about Bellin to grab that 3 as we come across in that second round, second moto. 3rd moto on deck, Kettle, Hebert, Gomidi, Tengua, Jordan, Valancourt. Locked, loaded, ready for going. Jordan with a big shot downtown, looking for that inside line going into turn number 1. Got to be Racing Colors out front or on that 2 spot as we go down that second straightaway. Team Quebec trying to get in the game as we head into turn number 2, but it's all Jordan out front on the First Coast Nutrition ride out of Middleburg, Florida, down that 3 straightaway. Gomedi getting it done on that 2 spot, keeping things locked in for Race Inc. out of Quebec, Canada on the 3 spot as we head for home down the line. Looking for that 885 bike, trying to crank it up back to the stripe. Looks like it'll be Tingwa going to get the 3 to the line they go with the 905 bike. More ABA Futures ladies going to go Godoy, Chandé, Brunei, Nealon, Jones, and Ashley on deck. Big shot from Ashley and Jones down the first straightaway. Got a hot lap going on. Jones on the outside, Ashley on the inside. They'll go 1 and 2 out of the second first turn. Down the second straightaway. Oh, on the move right now. Team Quebec trying to crank things up into that second turn. Got to be Brunei. Brunei trying to get a low point going on. In and out we're going to go. Nealon trying to get into the game as we go down that third straightaway. Got to be Chandé picking it up on that 3 spot, though. Here comes Jones into that last turn. Can she make the move on Ashley? Ashley, one of the young guns in the group, but she comes on back down the last straightaway. She'll get it done. Ashley Jones, 1-2, back to the line. How about Brunei? Looks like it was Nealon for the 4 spot as we came on through. ABA Futures men ready to rock and roll. Second go around. Nicola, McDonald, Allier, Wagner, Cormier, Wirtz, Carriasso. Carriasso, Words, Cormier, Wagner, Allier, McDonald, Nicola. Send it, factory out front. Albie's coming down the 2 straightaway, trying to lock in on this one. Looking for it on that 2 spot, the World 4. Oh, little case job right there. Oh, hangs onto it, though. The 37 bike of Cormier, the Canadian. Big save as he cased the second jump going in the berm jump as we come back around. The wind is definitely a factor right now as we got Wirtz out front running the show. He's coming down the last straightaway. 37 bike going to be Cormier. Wagner will get the 3 back to the line with the 1 bike. McDonald will grab that 4 spot. The micro adjustments are going on with everybody off the big hill. That's for sure. Another rack locked and loaded. Kelleher, Bedoin, Kurluk, Martinez, Gerke, Duran, Ross. Big pop out of Gerke down the first straightaway. Let's see what he's got going down that 2 straightaway. They got a little headwind going on with them right now. The micro adjustments are coming up as they go down that second straightaway. Duran heads toward into turn number 2. Oh, the Ripper Kelleher slides into that 4 spot into that second turn. Gerke grabbing a little break and making the adjustments along the way. Duran on the 2 as they drive down the third straight. Kelleher is trying to get through the traffic into that last turn. Slides in for a 3 spot, looking for a low point. Gerke on the top spot. Gerke, Duran still 1-2 back to the line. Kelleher going to get the 3. Martinez for the 4. More ABA Futures men on deck, ready to go. Kaiser, Lacoste, Cowie, Morrison, Felker, Cambridge, Thurbridge, lock loaded, ready for action. Felker, big pop and drive down the first straightaway. He's definitely got this track dialed inside and out. Got to be Kaiser. Kaiser's been doing some work up here for the last month or so. Looking pretty solid right now down the 2 straightaway, but it's all Felker into that second turn. Oh, going a little long right there, Team Quebec, but he hangs onto it. Kaiser, solid 2 spot down that third straightaway. Nick Cowie, the Kiwi out of New Zealand, he's driving it back around, but it's all the local boy out front. Felker running the show one more time down that last straightaway. Kaiser picks up the 2. That'll be Cowie for that 3 spot. Back to the line with a 19 bike. Thurbridge is going to wrap the 4. Another one on deck, ready to go. Bryson, Zhao, Remy, Kaiser, Kapnan, Jabrinsky, Charté, and calling. I think Chabrinsky's still got the fastest lap time going on from that first go-around. It looks like Team Quebec headed down that first straightaway. Going to try to put it away. Remy on the front line run out of the first turn. Canadians going to go 1 and 2 down the second straightaway. Kaiser looking pretty smooth as they head in that second turn. Dropping in right now, looking for it. Now Zal, it's all Canada out front, running down the third straight, the 646. And calling another Canadian coming down the 3 straightaway, driving him into that last turn, but still that 4 bike out front. Remy getting it done on the top spot. National number 4 Canadian getting it done on the 2. Zal, Kaiser get the 3. Chabrinsky comes up for a 4. Another one on deck, ready to rock and roll. Brown, Santos, Sierney, Kobos, Gomalicki, Provost, Brereton, Stiles, and Gavin. Big shot out of downtown. Deegan Brown into turn number 1. He'll kick things into high gear. Ryder Santos on that 2 spot. Rockstar Rift Tangent. Oh, it's all Northern California, West Coast boys on the front line run as they head into that second turn. Gomalicki sliding in on that 3 spot. In and out of turn number 2 down that third straightaway. Charging hard. And Act 13 picking it up on the 3. Sierney out of British Columbia. Oh, lost one down that third straight. Well, I'm going to check on him, make sure everything's all right. Coming back at us. Got it wrapped up out front. Brown will go Gomalicki for the 2 as they come back through. Santos for that 3. Got a little loose down the 3 straightaway right there. He's going to get back up. We'll give him a little love as he's getting right back up. Yeah, come on. Where you guys at? Lives to tell about it. No joke down that 3 straightaway. Might have just been a little wind gust that got him. Give him some love on the way back through. Ladies on deck, ready to rock, ready to roll. Colby, Yang, Munoz, Kane, Reinauer, Maidoc, Murphy. Inside drive with Ridenauer into turn number 1. Kane Colby trying to find a way to beat him. Shows her a wheel, seals the deal down the second straightaway. Huffy colors, a Kane on the top spot. Got to be Colby picking it up on the 2 as they drive in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Ridenauer ramping things up. Munoz Velez, 110%. Cranking things up on that 4th spot as they head forward into that last turn. But it's all gnarly Carly. Kane out front, world number 6 plate coming down the last straightaway. Got to be Colby on the 56 bike. Slides in for the 2, right now for the 3 as they come on back down the line. That's the way it's going to go. Another one on deck, ready to rock and roll. Beeman, Moore, Shea, Corley, Sakaki Bara, Gayhart. There's a big pop out of Sakaki Bara into turn number 1. Corley, got the door shut right there. JC Moore on that 2 spot. Wants to try to drive her way to another podium down that second straightaway. Got to be Skittles, Gayhart. Gayhart picking it up on the 3 in and out of that second turn. But Corley ramping things up with Shea down the 4th straight. Third straightaway into that last turn they go. Sakaki Bara untouchable at this point as she heads for home. About 5 bikes out in front of everybody coming back down the last straightaway. Moore puts it away on the 2, back to the line. We'll go Gayhart for the 3. Corley for the 4. Another one on deck with the ladies right now. Alfaro, Urigo, Powell, Simpson, Vaughn, Winner. Vaughn on the outside, making the little adjustments right now. A little headwind going into turn number 1. They're going to have a nice tailwind down that second straightaway. Really get the speed going on right here. He's got Simpson on that top spot. Simpson keeping things going on into turn number 2. Sienna Powell, the Australian national champion, sitting on that 2 spot down the third straightaway. Biolab colors, got to be Delaney Vaughn. Brianna Winter picking it up on the 4 as they head for home. Last turn action coming back through. It's all daylight cycles out of Alberta, Canada. Back to the stripe. We're going to see Sienna Powell, Simpson, 1-2. Vaughn on the 3 spot. We'll take Winter for the 4. Back to the big boys. They're going to have to make the adjustment. Over the berm jump they go. Langford, McNeil, Jolly, Bierman, Trimmel, Severa, Clarity. Everybody's trying to get that second round, trying to stay consistent down the first straight. ADC got a pretty good shot in it. Oh, no! Lost 1, lost 2, lost 3. Tricky first turn as they head down the 2 straight. Oh, here we go. Let's see what's going on. Bringing them over to that second berm jump. Everybody's got to check up after the first straightaway as they come back through. And now we're going to go down the third straight. We're going to go Bierman keeping things locked in on this one. Trimmel, Bierman still 1-2 down the third straight. We get a couple guys checked out in that first turn. Eddie C goes down hard. We'll get him checked out as we come back down that last straightaway. 13 bike slides on in. Langford going to get the 3. Solid ride as he comes back through with the 272 bike. And McNeil going to get the 4. Let's see if we get the replay going for your folks at home. We'll see what happens. There it is up on my screen. As we head into that first turn, looks like it's Eddie Clarity out front. Just carved it a little too hard, washed out the wheel, and dropped a couple along with him. Everybody has to slam on the brakes, slow it down, and ride through the berm jump. It is all Clarity just on his lonesome right there. That first turn's a little tricky out here at Rock Hill, man. You got to hit it just right. You got to carve it out, as we've seen already earlier today in the first go-around. But it was all Eddie Clarity on his lonesome. Took a couple with them. Hopefully everybody's all right. They're going to get back up here in just a second. I'll tell you guys, the wind is definitely a factor out here today at Rock Hill, South Carolina. Like I said, keep an eye on the flags, all you folks watching at home. The flag direction will change. It could be a headwind, a tailwind, a side wind out here. You just never know at Rock Hill, but there is always some sort of weather factor going on. Doesn't matter what time of year we come here, but like I've said at the beginning, this is one of the top facilities in the world for BMX racing. Eddie Clarity's back up. Eddie C., let's give him some love. We'll bring him back home. Still out of the first round. He's still the fastest guy on the track out there, Eddie Clarity. So with that one, he'll finish it up. He's got to do some work in that third go-around. I'll tell you what, the points get tight with these guys for the cut for the semi-main event. But it looks like we got another one on deck, locked, loaded, ready for action. Viegas, Williams, Carmona, Larson, Shimada, Stazetsky, and Joris Dade. Carmona down the first straightaway. Got a big drive out of that first turn down the 2 straightaway. Larson on that 2 spot. Here we go. Viegas on the move. A little hang up for a couple of boys right there, but everybody gets through nice and clean. Dade's on the charge down the 3rd straightaway. See if he can pick off Viegas on the way through. Larson doing a little shopping on Carmona in the last turn. Can't quite show him a wheel yet on the way back through. Carmona gets it done on the top spot. Larson still hanging on the 2 back to the line. We're going to go Viegas for the 3, Dade for the 4. Another one locked in the deck on the 8-meter hill. Katana, O'Brien, Tugas, Marquardt, Wood, Smith, Kishi. Oh, giddy up. The Cowboy taking it down into turn number 1. He'll fire things off out of the first turn. Get the Mongoose coming down the 2 straightaway. Marquardt sitting on that 2 spot. He'll drive this one. Here comes Jay Smooth. Jeremy Smith dropping in and out of that second turn. PJ O'Brien ramping it up for that factory answer crew down that 3rd straightaway. Tugas is on the charge, looking for low points on the way back around, but it's all Wood out on the top spot as he brings it back home. Down the last straightaway, Wood gets it wrapped up. Marquardt on the 2. Going to go Smith and then Tugas. And O'Brien will get a 5 on the way home. Another one on deck, ready to go. Polk, Van Kamen, Davis, Jadoin, Sherrod, Reedman, Callum, Elton. Big shot down that first straightaway. Oh, the big boys, the heavy hitters. Oh, Speedy Davis out front. He's going to take charge. Factory answer coming down there. S squared coming down the second straightaway. Van Kamen on that 2 spot as we head forward in and out of that second turn. Oh, rookie pro of the year last year. Drew Polk coming down the 3 straightaway. Corbin Sherrod picking it up on the 4th spot. Reedman's on the move. He's trying to find a spot on the way back home, but it's all Davis out front. He's got this one locked in down the last straightaway. Big Z picks it up for the 2. Polk for the 3 spot. Another one ready to go. Austin, Cole, Kennedy, Moore, Henry, Benelkazar, Mayhew, Bramer. Big drive down the first straight. Who's got the juice to get things going in and out of that first turn? Isaac Kennedy. Mayhew going to get it done 1 and 2. Bramer laying it down. A nice lap on that 2 spot. Let's see if he can get Mayhew going in that second turn. Coming back around. Oh, he gets a piece of the action right there. Slides up for a 2, looking for low points. Mayhew, Olympic Bronzo. He knows how to reel it in down the 3 straight. Got the inside line. Bramer going to slip back to that 3 spot, but it's all Kennedy. Wire to wire as he brings this one back to the line. Mayhew for the 2. Bramer for the 3. Benelkazar for the 4. Looks like we're getting back to the game right now with the Vet Pros and the semi-main event as we kind of bounce through things with the amateurs and the pros. Got them on deck, ready to get down to it on your 32 bike right there. Damon Smith, he's locked in, ready to go with Upshaw, Peebles, Faya, Roherick, and the captain, Nick Long, locked up, ready for action. Get these guys going on downtown, taking that top 4 to that main event as we head into turn number 1. Upshaw, Long, Faya going to get it done 1 and 2. Steele is real. Raherick going to try to hang on that 4 spot. Got Peebles on the outside, trying to keep the door locked going into turn number 2. Peebles going to have to put something together down that 3rd straightaway. Still got the lock on the top spot, coming down that 3 straightaway, getting it wrapped up right now. Coming back in, got to be Big Jeff Upshaw on the front line run as he comes on down the last straightaway. Looks like it's going to go Long on the 2. Faya for the 3, Raherick for the 4. Let's see if we got the confirmation there as we get things going on to us. Upshaw, Long, Faya, and Roherick will be your top 4 transfers right there. Got the next rack on deck with the Vet Pros. We'll see who's locked in with this one. We'll get things going. On your number 25 bike, out of Mexico, Prophecy America, Christopher Morales. On his inside, on your 155 bar, 755 bike, out of Orlando, Florida, from Prophecy Bicycles, Leandro da Silva. Next up to him on his inside, on your 500 bike, out of Brazil, for the Alto Wrecking Crew, Stay Strong, Renato Rezende. Moving over on the inside right there on your number 11 bike, Matt Cycles out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, KJ Romero. And on his inside on your 16 bike, Recorsa Racewear out of Clearwater, Florida, Tyler Smith. Who's got the horsepower down the first straightaway? Smith got a pretty good shot down into turn number 1. Oh, Rezende comes in for the swoop down low as they head down the second straight. He takes over that top spot. Morales sitting on the 2. Smith on the 3. Da Silva trying to get a piece of Romero in and out of that second turn, third straightaway. Romero, where you at, Rock Hill? Making it happen right now as we come back down the line. It's on Morales out front. He gets the ace coming back down the last straightaway. Got this one locked in with Rezende on that 2 spot. Tyler Smith going to get the 3, and KJ Romero will round out that top 4 as they come down the line in that second group of Vet Pros. There's the confirmation right there. Morales, Rezende, Smith, Romero taking the top spots and moving on to the main event. All right, ABA Futures ladies on deck right now on your 24 bike. Gisela Alvarado. Out of lane number 7 on your G-bike, Riley Jordan. Out of lane number 6 on your 522 bike, Thessalia Brunet. On your next one over on your e-bike, Katie Cyrus. On your number 2 bike, Soraya Shunday. On your world number 7 bike, Kate Sifford. On your world number 6 bike, Avery Jones. And out of lane number 1 on your national number 3 bike with the fastest lap in the house right now, Darren Burton. Here we go with Merton down the first straightaway. Sifford looking for that 2 spot. Jordan trying to get in the mix. There goes Avery Jones down low. Let's see if she can put it together into that first turn down the second straightaway. Jones hanging tight. She's on the bubble spot right now as we head down the second straight. Merton on the front line run, and she's got the ace locked in as she heads down that third straightaway. She's been putting the fast laps down all day long with the ABA Futures Women. Sifford. There goes Jones sliding into that 3 spot now, trying to play it a little more safer coming back down the last straightaway. Sifford picks it up on the 2 spot. Going to go the G-Bike. Jordan will get the 3. It looks like it was Jones to round out that top 4 for the ABA Futures ladies coming through that first rack. Some great racing going on with those ladies right there. There's our confirmation screen with Darren Merton, Kate Sifford, Avery Jones, Riley Jordan taking those top spots on that first one. All right, here we go. Next rack locked and loaded. On the outside, Mercedes Tangois out of Quebec, Canada. On her inside, on your 800 bike, out of Quebec, Canada, Victoria Duby. Coming on her inside, on your number 1 bike, out of Team Quebec, Lorraine Belland. On her inside, on your National Age Group number 12 bike, out of Alberta, Canada, Daisy Kettle. On her inside, out of Texas, Lily Ashley. Coming on her inside, on your World 2 bike, Presley Gould. Next up on the inside lane right there in the 923 bike, out of Colombia, Natalia Alvarez. And on the inside drive on lane number 1, world number 7, out of Brainerd, Minnesota, Kennedy Nealon. Big shot out of Team Quebec down that first straightaway. Going to get things kicked into high gear. Doobie looking for a top spot. Uh-oh. Got a little loose. Gould coming in for the swoop right there. She slides in that 2 spot. Nealon, having some problems down the second straightaway. Racing Colors trying to get in the game right now. Got to be Daisy Kettle. In and out of that second turn. Third straight we go. Alvarez running the show on the 923 bike. Down the third straightaway. Bring them into that last turn on your World 2 bike. Presley Gould. ABA Futures Women. Second rack. Locked in. Looking for that top 4. 3 spot going to go Victoria Doobie, and your National Age Group number 12 bike, Daisy Kettle, will pick up the 4 as they cross the stripe and lock in for that next main event for the ABA Futures ladies, round number 2. There's our confirmation screen with Alvarez, Gould, Doobie, and Kettle getting those top 4 spots as they come across the line. Ashley's coming back around. Give her a little love as she comes on back through. We got the ABA Futures men on deck right now on a lane number 8 on your 543 bike. Out of Cambridge, New Zealand, Nick Cowie. Out of lane number 7 on your number 28 bike. Out of Ontario, Canada, Ryan Chabrinsky. Out of lane number 6 on your 696 bike. Out of Quebec, Canada, Chad Bedoyan. Out of lane number 5 on your number 4 bike. Out of Quebec, Canada, Alex Remy. On the inside on your National Age Group number 13 bike, Jack Searney. On his inside on your National Age Group number 8 bike, out of Clearwater, Florida, Matthew Wirtz. And coming out of lane number 1 on your 847, or lane number 2 on your 847 bike, out of Bogota, Colombia, Juan Duran. Then we'll go out of lane number 1 on your world number 3 bike, out of Greeley, Ontario, Canada, Zach Kaiser. First group of the ABA Futures men headed down that first straightaway. Albie sitting at factory ride, keeping things going on into turn number one. Whoa, lost one, sliding out in turn one. Down the second straightaway. Here we go. Got a nice little tailwind heading over the berm jump as they head into turn number two. Locked and loaded with Wirtz on the front line run as he comes on down that third straightaway. Kaiser been putting the work together, making it happen right now down the three straightaway. Chabrinsky working that three spot. He'll lock in on the four. Let's see who's going to get that one rolling on back at us. Trying to do a little drive all the way back down the last straightaway. Looks like it's all Team Quebec back to the line. And Remy will pick up that four spot as they come across the stripe right there for that first group of ABA Futures men. And there's our confirmation screen for all you folks following in at home with the times on there with Wirtz, Kaiser, Chabrinsky, and Remy getting your top four spots locked down. First rack headed to the main event. Another one on the big hill right now on your world number 4 plate. Out of Canyon Lake, California, Tyler Wagner. On his inside on your 916 bike. Out of Lincoln, California, Ryder Santos. On his inside on your 37 bike. Out of Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, Ryder Cormier. On his inside on your world number 1 bike, Rock Hill, South Carolina, Chris Felker. On your national number 4 bike, out of Surrey, British Columbia, Canada, Lucas Zhao. On your 130 bike, out of Antioch, Illinois, Marshall Gerke, out of lane number 3. Doing the backflip right there. Coming out of lane number 2 on your 585 bike out of San Jose, California, Deegan Brown. Then out of lane number 1 on your 888 bike out of Ukiah, California, Gage Gomalicki. Second rack, ABA Futures men on deck, ready to go. Nice little tailwind on that second straightaway. Let's see what goes down. Gate slaps down. Felker's got a pretty good pop on the boys down the first straightaway. Let's see if he can get the drive into turn number 1. Oh, there we go. Lost one down that first straightaway. Zal goes down. Oh, we lost him. We go down that second straightaway. It's the Rockstar Rift Tangent boys going 1 and 2. Santos, Felker on the drive for home. Got to be the 888 bike. Gomalicki. Gomalicki picking it up on that 3 spot. Let's see what goes down that third straightaway. Wagner's on the move. Uh-oh. Santos having some problems on the way back home, but it's all Felker out front. Felker gets it done one more time down the last straightaway. Come back to the line. Brown, Gomalicki, and Santos will round out the field. Yeah, a little loose for Lucas Zhao. Didn't work out like he wanted to. There's our confirmation screen right there with Chris Felker, Deegan Brown, Gage Gomalicki, Ryder Santos taking the top 4 spots. That's the main event for your ABA Futures men. Up on deck right there. We'll take it back to the big hill one more time. We've got the ladies on deck right now on your 913 bike. Out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Manuela Munoz-Velez. On her inside, on your number 15 bike, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Peyton Reinauer. On your 66 bike, out of New South Wales, Australia, Sienna Powell. On your 31 bike, out of Tucson, Arizona, Delaney Vaughn. On your 33 bike, out of Fort White, Florida, Mackenzie Gayhart. Then on your number 44 bike, out of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, Molly Simpson. First rack of the elite ladies headed down the first straightaway. Top four moving on to that main event. Reinar, pretty good shot for her into turn number one, but it's all Simpson. Daylight Cycles out front. A little factory Mia Reinar on that 2-3 wide as we head down the second straightaway. Here we go. Sienna Powell driving hard into turn number two. Down the third straight we go. Munoz Velez trying to make it happen. Vaughn, she's trying to put something together with Gayhart. Gayhart do a little work into that last turn. Finds the open door. Back at me down the last straightaway. Simpson on the front line. Back to the stripe. Simpson, Reinar, Powell will get it done with Gayhart on the floor. Great racing going on. Getting tight quarters down that second straight. 3-4 wide going on with the ladies right there. There's our confirmation with Simpson, Reinar, Sienna Powell, and Mackenzie Gayhart taking the qualifiers, moving on to that main event. We've got another one ready to go right now on your number 10 bike out of La Mirada, California. Ava Corley on her inside on your number 95 bike out of La Habra, California. Keely Shea on her inside on the world number 6 bike out of Guilford, Indiana. Carly Kane. Next to her on the inside on your 24 bike, J.C. Moore out of Port Orchard, Washington. On the 56 bike out of Surprise, Arizona, Lexus Colby. And coming out of lane number 1 on your 77 bike out of New South Wales, Australia, Saya Sakakibara. Second rack of the ladies headed down the first straightaway. Top four moving on to that main event as we head into turn number 1. Your Olympic gold champion on the top spot. Oh, Carly Kane comes in hot right there for that 2 spot with Colby. Down the 2 straightaway we go. 3 wide headed into turn number 2. Shea trying to drive back around with Moore. Corley trying to stick a wheel in the game right now. Let's see who finds that 4th spot as they head into that last turn. Nobody's touching Sakakibara out front. She'll definitely have the fastest lap time going on with the ladies right now. Got to be Carly Kane. Kane picking it up for the 2. Back to the line. It'll go Shea and Colby rounding out your top 4. Oh, man, little change of events today with J.C. Moore out of the game. Made the podium yesterday. Not making the cut today with Sakakibara getting that top spot. Carly Kane for the 2. Keely Shea and Lexus Colby rounding out your top 4. Some great racing going on. Man, this one, I'll tell you what, stacked to the rack on lane number 8 on your 34 bike out of Sterling, Virginia, Cutter Williams. Coming out of lane number 7. On your number 10 bike, Isaac Kennedy. On your number 11 bike, out of lane number 6, Joris Dade. Out of lane number 5 on your 463 bike, Zach Van Kamen. Out of lane number 4 on your 51 bike, Drew Polk out of Avon, Indiana. On your 100 bike, out of lane number 3, out of Lyon, France, Romain Mayhew. Out of lane number 2 on your 883 bike, out of Victoria, Australia, Josh Jolly. And coming out of lane number 1, out of Colombia, Mateo Carmona. This one's got hot lap written all over it right now. Man, this is going to be a good one. This one's going to be a heater on the outside. Kennedy got a pretty good shot down that first straightaway. Mayhew looking forward into turn number 1. Trying to drive safe down the second straightaway. Carmona picks it up on the 3. Here comes Big Z. Uh-oh, he's off course. Oh, man. Here we go into the second turn. Third straightaway. It's all Mayhew out front. Mayhew, Kennedy ramping it up down the third straight. Got to be Carmona picking it up on that 3 spot. Dade trying to get things locked in down the last straightaway. Looks like it's going to be the Rookie Pro of the Year. Drew Polk makes another main event. Big Z out of the game. Got a little loose down that second straightaway. Shot off the side of the jump. Almost took out one of the medics right there. But there's your confirmation with Romaine Mayhew, Isaac Kennedy, Mateo Carmona, and Drew Polk getting the top spots. And they're moving on to that main event. Got another one getting ready to lock in right now. All right, let's introduce you to the players right here. Out of lane number 8, on your 805 bike. Pedro Benalcazar. Out of Ecuador, out of lane number 7. On your number 6 bike, out of New Zealand, Rico Bierman. Out of lane number 6 on your 456 bike, out of the USA, Cameron Bramer. On your 85 bike, out of Australia, Jack Davis. Out of lane number 4 on your 179 bike, Simon Marquardt. Out of Switzerland. Out of Argentina, on your number 194 bike, Fede Villegas. Out of lane number 2, out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, on your 15 bike, Cameron Larson. And coming out of lane number 1, out of Arizona by way of Montana, on your number 12 bike, your current USA BMX number 1, the Cowboy, Cameron Wood. All right, get these boys running down that first straightaway. Who's got the horsepower to get going on? Giddy up. The Cowboys going to kick things fired off again. Down the second straightaway. Larson looking for that 2 spot. Speedy, Jack Davis on the 3, driving it back around. Villegas on the charge for home. But Marquardt trying to get in the game right now. The young gun, Benalcazar. He's trying to charge down that into that last turn, last straightaway. See if he can show him a wheel and seal the deal. But it's all the Cowboy coming back around. It's Wood, Larson, Davis, Marquardt. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That sets the stage up for the main event for the elite men right there up the 8-meter hill. The wind has been a factor all day long, but that's the way it's going to go right there. The second rack, there's my confirmation screen with Cam Wood, Cameron Larson, Jack Davis, Simon Marquardt making the cut and moving on. Main events are set, ready to go. We'll see them up there soon. Yeah, there's the confirmation with the women's group 2. Sakaki Barra, Kane, Shea, Colby. Well, the first group of the ladies right there with Molly Simpson, Peyton Reinauer, Sienna Powell, Mackenzie Gayhart making that main event. ABA Futures Men, Group 2, Chris Felker, Deegan Brown, Gage Gomalicki, Ryder Santos. Changing it up in that Futures Men class today. A few new guys getting in the game, getting in that main event. We're in the second round. Matthew Wirtz, their first group with Zach Kaiser, Ryan Chabrinsky, and Alex Remy. With the ABA Futures ladies, Alvarez, Gould, Doobie, and Kettle making the cut. And they get back to the amateur rounds right now.
Do you like BMX?
I like BMX.
Well, so do we.
Welcome to Full Tilt Bike Co., where we're a collective of young racers working to build the largest selection of BMX race products. But we're not your typical mail-to-order store. So make sure you check out the Full Tilt Bike Co. YouTube channel, where we do product spotlights, bike builds, and give out BMX racing tips and tricks.
Join the community and see what the new age of BMX product sales looks like. Bleh.
All right, looks like we're getting ready to go right now with the Vet Pros on deck. You guys about ready out here, Rock Hill? We got the Vet Pros on deck, ready to go. Let's introduce you to the players. On your number 11 bike out of Rock Hill, South Carolina for Mad Cycles, KJ Romero. On your world number 6 bike out of Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio for Pack BMX and Standard Bike Company, Brandon Roherick. On your world number 8 bike out of Murrieta, California by way of Ecuador for Factory Bombshell, Emilio Faya. On your National 16 bike out of Clearwater, Florida for Corsa Racewear, Tyler Smith. On your 64 bike out of Claremore, Oklahoma by way of Anytown, USA for Huffy and Stay Strong, the captain, Nick Long. On your 500 bike out of Brazil for the Alto Wrecking Crew, Stay Strong, Renato Resende. On your 25 bike out of Jalisco, Mexico for Prophecy America, Christopher Morales. And on your 937 bike out of Napa, Idaho for Factory 09, took the top of the podium yesterday, Big Jeff Upshaw. Answer Whole Shot Award on the line for the Vet Pros right now. The extra $100. Big drag race with the big boys down the first straightaway. Got a pretty good shot. The captain trying to get a wheel out front, but it's all Big Jeff Upshaw on the top spot. Tyler Smith on that too. Here comes Morales. No, Nick Long trying to do a little shopping in turn number 2. Let's see if he can find a way to the podium. But it's all Upshaw down that 3 straightaway. Factory 09. Morales, Prophecy Bikes America out of Mexico picking it up on the 2. But nobody's touching Upshaw right now. Smith trying to hang on for that 3 spot. Back to this drive. Oh boy, and he is pumped on that one as we come across the line with the Vet Pros right there. Let's walk you through the replay in just a second. For all you folks at home watching on Flow Bikes, good to have you with us wherever you guys are at around the world. We get that Vet Pro replay coming up here in just a second. Some great racing going on all day long with the Vet Pros. The wind has been a little bit of a factor out here at Rock here. There's the replay coming up on my screen. Let's see what happens. The gate is down right there as they head down that first straight. Man, and I'll tell you what, it's a straight drag race with those boys. Upshaw's got a little bit, about a half a wheel on Nick Long as they head down into turn number 1. He'll drive this through on that inside line, though. Smith gets a clean line and close the door up on Nick right there and out of the first turn. Down the second straightaway, you can see Morales ramping things up, but it's all Upshaw down the second straightaway as he keeps things in check. Going into turn number 2, Morales hanging on for that 2 spot as they come back around down the third straightaway. Tyler Smith, Tampa local, he'll get it done down the 3 straight. The captain, Nick Long, trying to reel him in with Resende as they go down that third straight, but it's all Upshaw. Got to go top spots both days at the first 2 rounds of the Carolina Nationals as they head down the last straightaway. There's your... And then we'll take it down to the finish line. And I think we got Connor Fields down there with Jeff Upshaw right now. He's going to get the interview going.
Jeff, congratulations. You have doubled up both days. What is it about Rock Hill that just suits you so well?
Oh, man, I just like the flow out here. You know, I spend a lot of time trying to work on sprinting. So if I can get through that first corner, the rest of it's fun. So, yeah, I like Rock Hill for that.
And when you're out there, I could see you on that lap having some fun, hopping through the last straightaway, throwing some alternative lines out there. How much fun are you having?
Up to the big hill.
I'm having a lot, man. This is 30 years in the game, and it's been fun this year to kind of mix it up and just find the fluidness in the riding. So I have a ton of fun.
Congratulations. We'll see you at the next round.
Thank you.
A great stepping stone for all these riders to get in the game. Looks like we're all finished up out at the finish line with Connor Fields. Yeah, congratulations, Jeff Upstraw, on another big in day number 2. But we're back up to the top of the hill. All right, here we go. Let's introduce you to the ladies on deck. On your National Age Group number 12 bike out of Alberta, Calgary, Canada, Daisy Kettle. On your 800 bike out of St. Jean, Quebec, Victoria Doobie. On your number 1 bike out of Middelburg, Florida for First Coast Nutrition, Riley Jordan. On your world number 6 bike out of Cape Coral, Florida for JNR Bicycle, Speedco and Avian, Avery Jones. On your world number 7 bike out of Waddell, Arizona for Biolab Syndic, Kate Sifford. On your world number 2 bike out of Henderson, Nevada, Factory Answer, Presley Gould. On your 923 bike out of Sarasota, Florida by way of Colombia, Natalia Alvarez. And on your national number 3 bike out of Tempe, Arizona for Racing Box 7, 6D and ODI, the fastest lady in the group today, Darren Merton, locked, loaded, ready to go. ABA Futures ladies, main event. Here we go, another main event, ABA Futures ladies, day number 2. Avery Jones looking for a way to a podium. Downtown we go. Merton on the top spot. Gould on that 3 spot right now. Sifford trying to find a way in this one. Jordan on the move as we head down the second straightaway. It's all Merton, Jones, 1, 2. Gould on the 3 spot. Let's see what happens. I don't think Merton's dropped a lap with the Futures class all day long as she heads for it one more time. In and out of that last turn. She'll get this one wrapped up. Avery Jones on the 2, making a big debut this weekend off the big hill with the girls. Back to the line, Presley Gould. Kate Sifford, Alvarez will come on back at us. Oh, man, let's get a replay on that one for the folks at home. Here we go. Gate comes down the big hill they go. Big shot out of Merton one more time, as she has been absolutely untouchable all day long, but a big show from Jones as she is stepping up her game, stepping up onto the 8-meter hill. Presley Gould says solid on that 3 spot as she comes on down the 2 straight. In and out of the second turn they go, still firing it off. It's all Merton Racing colors. She's got this one locked and loaded, been pretty confident and solid with the command all day long with the ABA Futures ladies. She'll come back down that last straightaway. Avery Jones, Presley Gould round out the podium right there, and we'll take it back down to the finish line with Connor Fields.
Are you for winning that Futures?
Oh, I'm stoked. Got a good lap, got out of the gate good, and then it was it from there.
Is there anybody that you'd like to thank?
Yeah, Racing, 6D box, ODI 7, and the Thompsons for letting me stay with them this weekend.
We can tell you worked hard. You're out of breath. Go catch your breath. Congrats on the big win.
Right now, just a second. Finishing up with Connor Fields down there at the finish line with the winner. It looks like Connor's all done.
Yelling at me the whole time.
All right, let's take it up to the big hill again with the ABA Futures men. Let's introduce you to the boys. On your number 4 bike out of Quebec, Canada, Alex Remy. On your number 28 bike out of Ontario, Canada, 110% nutrition, Ryan Chabrinsky. On your 916 bike out of Lincoln, California, Rockstar Rift Tangent, Ryder Santos. On your 888 bike out of Ukiah, California, Supercross BMX, Gage Gomolicki. On your 585 bike out of San Jose, California, Supercross BMX, Deegan Brown. On your world number 3 bike out of Greeley, Ontario, Canada, Factory Senate LSG, Zach Kaiser. On your National Age Group number 8 bike out of Clearwater, Florida for Albie Senate Box Factory, Matt Wirtz. And on your world number 1 out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, Rockstar Rift Tangent took the top of the podium yesterday. Can he double down on Saturday? Chris Felker. take this one down the first straightaway. I'll see what's going on. Wirtz got a pretty good shot. Felker on the 2. There goes Kaiser in turn number 1. He'll slip into that 2 spot. Felker's got to make up some ground right now. Gomalicki's on the charge with Santos. Little bit of a checkup with the boys. 3 wide over the berm jump into that second turn. Wirtz has got this one locked in going down that 3 straightaway. Kaiser picking up on that 2 spot, keeping things ramped up going to that last turn. Santos trying to hold charge on the 3, back to the line. It's on Big Matt Wirtz, Albie's Factory, back to the stripe. Let's go with Kaiser, he says, on the 2 spot. We'll get Santos on the 3. Man, that was a good lap right there. And we'll take you through the replay for the folks at home. Gate goes down with the boys right there. Wirtz has got the inside drive. He's been doing a lot of work lately with Tyler Rooney. It looks like it's paying off big time as he heads down the second straightaway. Kaiser locks solid into the 2 spot as they come back through. 3 wide as they head over the berm jump. Santos takes charge with that one, slides into that 3. Felker had a little bit of a bobble there, and he just pulled the plug, and he said, that's a wrap for me for the day. But we'll come back through out of that last turn, last straightaway. It's all Wirtz, Kaiser. Santos will go 1, 2, 3 back to the line. And it looks like we're going to take it right back down there to Connor Fields. There's their confirmation screen. And we'll head down to the finish line with the winner right now, Matt Wirtz.
Line, you were so excited. You were jumping up and down. You were screaming. What did this win mean to you?
Man, I'm just having fun today. I mean, I feel like I took stuff too serious last year, so just having fun. I mean, I'm racing 2 classes all weekend. I just love riding my bike.
What do you think you did well that lap to get the job done?
I just stayed mentally confident. I mean, I knew my best was enough, so didn't need to stress too much in the gate.
You're going to make a few bucks for that win. What's the plan? What are we going to go buy?
Man, I might have to go to Hibachi tonight.
Looks like we're headed back up to the top of the big hill right now with the elite women on deck. Let's introduce you to the ladies. Answer Whole Shot Award on the line right now for the extra $250 for the Whole Shot Award. Let's introduce you to the ladies right now on your 56 bike out of Surprise, Arizona. Supercross, Lexus Colby. On your 95 bike out of La Habra, California. 3-6 training, Chase BMX, Keely Shea. On your 33 bike out of Fort White, Florida for Fly Racing, Send It, Mackenzie Gayhart. On your world number 6 bike out of Gifford, Indiana for Huffy Bicycles, Carly Kane. On your 66 bike out of New South Wales, Australia for No Logo Revolution Factory Team, Sienna Powell. On your 15 bike out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Low Factory Me going on, Peyton Reindauer. On your 44 bike out of Red Deer, Alberta, Canada for Daylight Cycles, Molly Simpson. And on your 77 bike out of New South Wales, Australia for Red Bull Energy and Scores Timing, your Olympic gold champion, yesterday's winner, Saya Sakakibara. All right, here we go with the ladies again. Down the first straightaway. Answer Whole Shot Award on the line right now as we head into turn number 1. Oh, we'll go Aussie. Sakakibara. Cha-ching. Answer Whole Shot for her. Sienna Powell picking it up on that 2 spot. Carly Kane trying to get on the podium on the second round, in and out of that second turn down the third straightaway. Simpson trying to reel her in right now with Ridenauer. Kane got to keep the door closed up tight as she heads in that last turn. Let's see if Simpson can reel her in down the last straightaway. But nobody's touching Sakakibara one more time. Back to the line. Sienna Powell for the 2. Ooh, Molly Simpson came in hot right there. And we'll see what goes on. But it looks like Carly Kane comes in for that 3 spot. There's a replay going on for you folks at home. Sakakibara has been absolutely dominant all weekend long right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina through the first 2 rounds of the Pro Series, and she gets it wrapped up. Another whole shot award for her from our good friends at Answer BMX. Got to be 2 Aussies going 1-2. Sienna Powell, Australian national champion, picking up on that 2 spot. Carly Kane, World 6 here last year at the Worlds race, coming in hot on that 3 spot, and she'll come in and out of that last turn. Simpson trying to reel her in on the daylight cycles, but they come back to the wire. And we'll get the confirmation screen here in just a second with Sakakibara, Powell, and Cade, your top 3, with Simpson, Ridenauer, Gayhart, Colby, and Shea. And we'll get ready to take it back to the finish line with the winner, Saya Sakakibara, with Connor Fields.
Today feel?
It feels good. It was totally a different vibe from yesterday. I think yesterday was my first ever full lap
Getting
since
that
the games.
interview picked up
and
with
there was so
Sakakibara
many
down
emotions.
there at the pit.
Didn't know how I was going to feel after first race back. Having won yesterday, it was a little bit of pressure off myself today, and had to really ramp up that hype. And then I was able to start performing in the semi and the final. So it feels really good. It feels like, yeah, I'm right where I need to be.
Yesterday we asked you if you were going to go after this championship. You have 2 wins down. You only need 8 scores before the final. You're a quarter of the way done. What does this make you think about going for this USA BMX Series championship?
Look, I'm not gonna promise anything, but yeah, I really enjoyed this weekend, even though it was quite challenging with the wind. I liked how I applied myself, and the vibe's really cool here. So I think if I was going to go for the title, this year would probably be a good year, but I'm not going to make any promises. We'll see.
A lot of Australian men have come over and taken the championship. Maybe you could be the first Australian woman. Congratulations.
Thanks, Connor.
You guys about ready for the last one of the day with the big boys off the big hill? Still got a little bit of a win factor going on. Still got another Answer Whole Shot Award for the extra 250. Let's introduce you to the players right now. On your 179 bike, Etta Bird, Switzerland, Speedco Avian IRC, Simon Marquardt. On your 51 bike, out of Avon, Indiana, for Factory Senate LSG, Drew Polk. On your 85 bike, out of Largo, Florida, by way of Australia, Factory S Squared. We like to call him Speedy, Jack Davis. On your 70 bike, out of Medellin, Colombia, Mateo Carmona. On your 15 bike, out of Bakersfield, California, by way of Rock Hill, South Carolina, for Answer BMX, Cameron Larson. On your number 10 bike, out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia, for Chase, the BMX Racing Group Store.com, Fly, Tioga, and Lux BMX, Isaac Kennedy. On your 100 bike, out of Lyon, France, Rockstar Rip Tangent, Romain Mayu. And on your number 12 bike, out of Phoenix, Arizona, by way of Montana, for Mongoose Bicycles, your current USA BMX number 1, the Cowboy, Cameron Wood. Gate is down with the big boys right now. Another Answer Whole Shot on the line because he headed into turn number 1. Kennedy trying to get a little redemption going on. Now the first turn, second straightaway. Cha-ching! Answer Whole Shot award going to go down. Kennedy, Wood, 1-2. Marquardt's on the move into that second turn. Wood's going to have to check up for just a second. Here comes Carmona down the 3 straightaway. Could Wood find a way to the podium? Hanging on, Carmona on the outside. But it's all Isaac Kennedy. Winwood Chase out of the last straightaway. He's coming back through. A little redemption from yesterday. Back to the line. Kennedy, Marquardt, Wood, 1, 2, 3. Carmona, Larson, Polk, Davis come back through. We'll get the replay here in just a second for the folks at home. Looks like there it is. Nice run out of the gate right there with everybody down the first straightaway. Looked like it was Isaac Kennedy, though, man. He really wanted a piece of that one. There's the confirmation screen. Isaac Kennedy, Simon Marquardt, Cameron Wood, top three, Mateo Carmona, Larson Polk, Jack Davis, Romain Mayhew, as we get ready to go back down to the finish line with your winner today. Chase Bicycles. Look like we got Connor Field getting ready to go with Isaac Kennedy. Here's the interview.
Isaac, big win today, but today wasn't all smooth. I ran over after third round. I said, Isaac, put your uniform back on. You made it. How did you turn today around and turn this into a win?
To be honest, that was just all anger. I got pretty pissed off after the third round. Honestly, I didn't even think I made it through. But yeah, just was pissed off and locked back in for those 2 laps and got it done. And yeah, I was able to do a pretty good lap in that main event. So it was good to get the win, as well as a bad day yesterday. So flew all the way here from Australia, so had to get something done.
I tell you, that flight home is going to feel a little bit less long after a win today. What is your plan to keep this momentum rolling into the future rounds?
Fly back to Australia tomorrow, get back to work. I want to get redemption on this title, so yeah, straight back to work next week.
One step closer with a win today. Congratulations.
Thanks.
USA BMX, where everyone rides.
America, Christopher Morales. And taking the top of the podium again for day number 2 out here in North Carolina. Out of Napa, Idaho for Factory 09, Big Jeff Upshaw. Upshaw also capturing that Answer Whole Shot Award for the extra $100 from our good friends at Answer BMX. We always like to give them a big shout out for providing those Answer Whole Shot Awards. So once again, your Vet Pro podium right there. Jeff Upshaw, Christopher Morales, and Tyler Smith.
Yeah, let's get together right in front of the bike here.
Taylor
I'll get it right.
And Barrios 1, 2, 3, and 4. 19 is that semi-main event number with 15, 16 open on the track. Torrejano, Murphy, Passanisi, McCullough, Clements, Hamilton, Hebner, and Forster. Second straightaway race in action. Got to be the animal. Passanisi got the Albies colors out on point. He's got the Hornet Murphy in the 2 spot. Passanisi, Murphy going to go 1 and 2. Got Torrejano on that 3 spot. Passanisi,
for
Murphy.
Factory Huffy, Carly Kane. Nice job, Smiley. Taking that number 2 spot out of New South Wales, Australia for No Logo in the Revolution Factory team, Sienna Powell. And taking the top of the podium today out of New South Wales, Australia for Red Bull Energy and Scores Timing, Saya Sakakibara. Sakakibara also capturing that Answer Whole Shot Award for the extra $250 from our good friends at Answer BMX. Great racing today with these ladies. Outstanding lap going on with that main event right there. Carly Kane coming up on a podium to start the season off on round number 2 right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Competition lives here, as they say. Like we've been saying all weekend long, one of the best facilities in the world right here in Rock Hill. All right. We will have our elite men coming up here next.
and Moulton. Nitro Nico got the JNR right on the top side, in and out of the send it turn on a second straightaway getaway. Moulton got everybody after his lunch money. Got to be Sharks colors of Wild West. Hicks on that 2 spot. Hicks got Relentless colors. Got to be Money Mantell on the 3. Moulton, Hicks, Mantell. 1, 2, and 3. The PKS ride of Taylor sitting on the 4 spot as they turn for home. Coming back.
And taking the top of the podium today out of Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. For Chase BMX, the BMX Racing Group Store.com, Fly, Tioga, and Lux BMX, Isaac Kennedy. Isaac also capturing that Answer Hole Shot Award for the extra $250 from our good friends at Answer BMX. Isaac just made the last cut in the semis right there. Found his way downtown in that first straightaway, got the whole shot, and brought it home. Marquardt with that 2, Cameron Wood with the 3. As we head through that second round right here at Rock Hill, South Carolina. Pro Series is underway.
Out of semi, 22-23 is my semi-main event number on the track, 12-year-old cruisers. Irwin, Harp, Stauffer, Gallbally, Coos, and Snyder. In and out of turn number 2, Albie's colors. Running out on point, got to be the Hummingbird Harp. Harp got it going on. He's got factory answer colors, Action Jackson, Stauffer on that 2 spot. Coming back at me, Harp going to get the 1. Stauffer going to pick up the 2. The E-Ride of Supersonic. Irwin.
Onto the podium today out of Henderson, Nevada for factory answer, Presley Gould.
They are in staging.
Oh, they're in staging right now? Okay. Oh, we got the boys? We got the boy. We'll go to the boys. Yeah, we got all the boys. All right, we'll switch it up. They've got some of the futures. They're racing both classes, so we've got some of them in staging. We'll get back to it. We'll move on to the futures men. Number 8, Chris Felker. Number 7, Ryan Chabrinsky. Number 6, Deegan Brown. Number 5, Alex Remy. Number 4, Gage Gomalicki onto the podium today out of Lincoln, California for Rockstar Rift Tangent, Ryder Santos. Picking up that 2 spot out of Greeley, Ontario, Canada for Factory Synod LSG, Zach Kaiser. Taking the top of the podium today out of Clearwater, Florida for Albie Synod Box Factory Team, Matthew Wirtz. Once again, another outstanding day with the ABA Futures class. The men right there, there is your ABA Futures podium for day number 2 right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Matthew Wirtz, Zach Kaiser, Ryder Santos. On to the podium today, out of Henderson, Nevada, factory answer, Presley Gould. Taking that 2 spot out of Cape Coral, Florida for JNR Bicycle, Speedco, and Avian, Avery Jones. And taking the top of the podium today out of Tempe, Arizona for Racing Box 760 and ODI, Darren Merton. I don't think Darren lost a lap all day long. Had the fastest lap in the group today. Day 2 for ABA Futures women here at Rock Hill, South Carolina. The new class is starting to show some talent already in these first 2 rounds. So I'm excited to see how this works out throughout the season and see who makes that night show coming up at the Grands this year with all the pros on the big show. Once again, ABA Futures women, podium right there, Darren Merton, Avery Jones, Presley Gould, top 3.
We'll see you tomorrow right here at the finish line early in the morning, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for all you folks watching in on Flow Bikes. Good to have you with us.